Home improvements, whether you're going to sell your home or just update and continue to live in and enjoy, those improvements that provide the best return on investment or ROI to increase your home's value is super important, right? I covered the ones that absolutely provide you the best as well as not so good return on your investment in this video. Ready to take a peek? Let's go. Hey, Ravi with the Rams Group at eXp Realty here. If you're just connecting, I welcome you to my channel, where I strive to provide meaningful, relevant, and educational content to help both home sellers and buyers, and I totally appreciate you. Now, before we begin, remodeling your home is the only method of investing wherein you can get absolutely two means of value. Number one is you can get the ROI, which is obvious, and number two is the greatly improved quality of life in the new or updated space in your home, right? And this is important. Most home improvements will not get you 100% return on investment. Wait, let's soak in. While fix or flip or HGTV shows can make it seem like renovations are a great way to make the money back, the reality says something different. A good rule of thumb is that you can expect about 70% ROI on average with the home renovation projects when you turn around and sell. Now, to the question, what home improvements give the best and worst returns? The type of project is one of the biggest factors in determining your renovations ROI. While obviously the other factors like timing, your local market, and the location of your home will make a difference, purely focusing on the common projects within the home provide the best ROI. And here's the general rule. Projects that add functional space and square footage to your home add the most value. Yeah. Now, let us look at the best ROI items first, okay? Now, finishing the basement. High-income buyers value a finished basement. On average, finishing the space will provide about 70% ROI, meaning you can increase your property's value by $700 for every $1,000 you spend. Now, with some drywall, flooring, and paint, this space offers more heated square footage, which has the potential to even bump up your home to a different price bracket. Now, adding functional space to your home is always a great way to get a good ROI. And more homeowners in the high-income areas expect a basement to be functional and as part of the living areas. Next, remodeling the kitchen and bathrooms. Now, the two most utilized spaces in a home are a kitchen and bathroom, right? Investing in these rooms makes sense both from an ROI standpoint as well as the improvement in quality of your life. While renovating your kitchen or bathroom can be the most expensive in terms of construction, you'll get as much out of it as you put in. In some of the hottest housing markets, that means a return of even 100% or more of the renovation costs. Now, these spaces are functional, filled with appliances, and are necessary pieces in every home. Wouldn't you agree? Which means that they're useful for any future home buyer no matter what. However, this ROI does not ring true if you're completing a renovation that is purely aesthetic, using luxury materials and finishes, or creating a kitchen that's far outside what is normal for your neighborhood. Now, if you stick to a moderate kitchen or a bathroom renovation and your home actually needs an update, you can get the greatest of ROIs. And finally, upgrading the curb appeal. In addition to enhancing the beauty of your property, certain upgrades and updates also help you improve the home's efficiency and security. Overall projects that involve exterior improvements like a new set of windows, new roof, siding and painting, or landscape maintenance can result in about 80% ROI. And one reason for this is that the curb appeal is the first thing home buyers notice when they see your property, even before they get it. So the general rule of thumb for top ROI projects is that adding more functionality and square footage will add more value. I have included a link to the remodeling magazine below, which compares the average cost of about 22 remodeling projects with the value of those projects retained at resale in about 150 US markets. Now, you can drill down by your region, then your state and your city even, and see what you can hope to get back in return for those various projects, okay? Now that we've seen the items with the best ROI, here are the ones with the worst ROI. Yeah. Generally, any home improvement that is purely aesthetic and outside of what is normal for your neighborhood will give you a worse than average ROI. For example, luxury entertainment upgrades probably won't give you a great ROI because they're not necessary for all the future home buyers. And here's the kicker. Those luxury upgrades are based on your personal preferences, which the future buyers may or may not like, right? A few items that fall into this category are: number one, luxury or upscale kitchen and bathroom designs, which set your home apart, way apart. Number two is renovations with unusually expensive materials. Number three, in-home theaters. As hard to believe as it is, they are an item that soon go outdated. Yes, electronics go out of date so soon. Wouldn't you agree? For example, how long did it take for those CDs and Blu-rays to even go out of date? Yeah, likewise, all those boom boxes we once had are dead, and we can produce sounds that are much better quality even with our own cell phones. Wouldn't you agree? Number four is backyard sports courts, and number five is pools and hot tubs, and other highly specialized spaces like wine cellars also fall into this category. Now, bear in mind that if you live in an extremely high income area, then it is possible that some of these spaces will be expected or be more common for the homes, and the ROI won't be as low. However, if your home is in an area where the updates may make your home become an odd one out, these spaces will provide little to no ROI, basically, because future homeowners will not be willing to pay up for those upgrades. Now, a general rule of thumb for bottom return on investment projects is purely aesthetic or entertainment based upgrades with no extra square footage will not add value. So before embarking on your home renovation project, your research and the time you invest become key here, okay? Another item that impacts return on investment with renovations is timing. Depending on the timing, certain renovations can provide more value than others. For example, after the pandemic, more homeowners value functional outdoor spaces like backyards, porches, decks, and patios because of the safety as well as distance they offer when people are sick, as well as providing the ability for employees to take Zoom calls or what have you. Also, when renovating and thinking ROI, you have to think about the short-term versus the long-term value. Now, projects that add functional space and square footage to your home, like additions, finishing the basement, or even making moderate upgrades to appliances, are value adds that will stand the test of time because they do not rely on the design trends. Now, these type of projects add long-term value. Say if you're adding a bed and a bath to your home, and this addition won't make your home become outside the norm in your neighborhood, then this renovation will be useful to homeowners now as well as 15 or 20 years down the road. But other renovations like new kitchens will add short-term value because in 20 years, any aesthetic improvements you made could be out of style. For example, think about your mom and grandma's pink bathroom from the 80s. At one point, it was the peak of style. Now you'd struggle to sell that home without redoing it, wouldn't you agree? Now, this is why I do not recommend making ROI your biggest motivator when it comes to kitchen as well as bathroom renovations, because your style preferences might not be in the next 30 years to come, correct? You should make your quality of life your top motivator when you remodel, so that you can make your choices based on your family's needs when it comes to renovation style. Now, if you are planning to sell your home, that's an altogether different story. All that said, here's the bottom line. Is renovation a good or a bad investment? It depends. Well, any functional advisor will tell you that there are lots smarter and easier ways for you to invest your money and get a better return. Renovating your home should be thought about as really unique investment because it helps you achieve two things in one go, as we discussed previously. Number one, improvement of the quality of your life, and number two is ROI. That said, your home is an appreciating asset, therefore it makes sense to put money into it over time to keep it in good condition, especially to prevent hazards or keeping the broken or non-functioning parts fixed. But renovation solely as a means to add value does not make sense, and it isn't necessary unless you're planning to turn around and sell or fix and flip your home. If you are considering your home renovation as a major improvement in the quality of your life, as well as being able to add potentially about 70 to 90 cents on the dollar, attacking these two aspects in one go, that is, it's super brilliant. Wouldn't you agree? So focusing your home renovation project purely on the ROI and completely ignoring the quality of life that you'd get living in the updated space is kind of focusing on the wrong side of the puzzle. Wouldn't you agree?